Well, I think that adverb, uh, the adverb is wise because it describes no, I think like the adjective describes the action, right?
Okay, we are getting confused.
Or no? Yes, I got confused.
Adjective. The adjective is the orange one. Adjectives describe nouns,
Okay, yes.
and adverbs are the purple ones, describing actions, the way you do things, or where you do things.
Okay. Oh,
No.
yes. Then I think that wisely is the adverb because it can describe the way. Uh, well, no, wise describe the noun, so it must be like. Could you go back to the to the slide?
Okay, okay.
Yes, I think that wise is the adjective because it can describe the noun, the the yes, the noun person. Maybe we if we are talking to a certain person, and
Okay.
wisely is the adverb because it can describe the way this person do the things.
Exactly.
Okay.
You are totally right. Once you get what is an adverb and what is an adjective, you
Yes,
can
I
answer
was
this.
like, how to say, like changing.
You inverted
Yeah.
the grammatical terms. Exactly.
Yes, correct.
That's exactly why I use colors because
Yeah.
they are so confusing. I understand how confusing is grammar.
Yes, yes.
That can really help you see the difference between one and another.
Yes.
Perfect. Let's go to the next. What about Rafa? What is friendly? Is it an adjective or an adverb?
I think it's an adjective because um this describe noun. That
Describes a noun.
people like yeah, oh yeah, Mexicans are very friendly.
Exactly. In that example is one of the most common. So
Yeah.
that is totally correct. This is one of the exceptions. Friend is the noun, friendly is an adjective, and it is only an exception. Right? Good job, Rafa. Good job.
Yes.
Let's go with the next one. Isaac.
Yes. I think that we talked about that well about lonely yesterday, and I think that
Yes.
it's an adjective because it describes like I think that it's like the previous one an exception. Yes. Sorry, teacher, I can hear you.
Yes, it sounds very weird. Very
Like Alvin.
yes.
Hello,
Aliens
hello.
aliens arrived to the office.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you clear now.
Better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it was disconnecting this stuff, but you are totally correct. Yesterday
Okay.
we said that lonely is in the list of exceptions. Uh-huh. Because one thing, or actually, let me help you here. Your answer was right, and then I'm gonna help you expand this information a little. What is the difference between lonely and alone? Because both are adjectives,
Okay.
Yes.
and that's a very interesting one. We have adverbs too.
Oh.
So let's check this out. Lonely. Give me the definition, Isaac.
Yes. Definition unhappy because no, that's the definition. Yes. Yes, I use unhappy because you have no friends or people to talk to.
Oh.
Talk.
Talk.
The L doesn't sound.
Talk. Talk.
Talk. Like TikTok.
Okay. She lives alone and often feels lonely.
Because this person has no friends, lives alone, right? The way you feel, or she feels lonely. No?
Yes.
Yes.
This can be tricky because you have a verb. But remember, exist linking verbs.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a linking verb, you need an adjective. So in this is a very bad example because it's gonna be confusing. But
Yes.
no, but this is an adjective. Definitely, this is an adjective.
Okay.
The interesting part is that in the same sentence we have the word alone, and
Yeah.
this alone is describing the way she lives. Lives is an action verb.
Yes, it's another.
Exactly. In that case, it's an adverb.
Yeah.
Let's check the definition. Help me, Rafa. What is alone?
Alone is without any other people. Who, when someone is without any other people.
Mm-hmm.
Not alone is example. Not alone in Tom is not alone in finding Rick hard to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Be alone with somebody slash something. She did not want to be alone with him.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Let's understand this definition. In this case, Tom is not alone. This is an adjective because you have the verb to be,
Yes.
right? Tom is not alone. In the next example, we have she did not want to be alone. Again, we have the verb be. Alone is an adjective, right? Without other people. But if you say
He lives alone.
the same example as the previous one, he lives alone, or this one, she was sitting all alone in the hall. Look at the difference, eh? If I say she was sitting lonely, it's because the person was probably sad,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
you see? But if she was sitting all alone, then she was probably watching something on the Instagram while waiting for someone. She was not necessarily
Mm,
sad.
okay.
You see?
Yes.
What a
Okay.
massive, massive difference. And that's the importance of knowing the adjective and the adverb.
Yes. Uh, Justin Bieber has an. I don't like Justin Bieber, but
Mhm.
I remember uh, he has a song, uh, "Lonely,"
Of course.
and
Of course.
it's about the his his yeah. It
It's
makes
a sad song.
yeah
Of course. Yes,
a
of course.
depressed song.
Mhm. And there is another song that it's gonna be again confusing because the song is Alone Again. Have you heard Alone Again?
Alone again.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's a classic. Imagine a very old song, 80s, probably 90s.
Alone again. I don't remember it. Alone again.
Naturally.
Okay.
Do
No,
you
I
remember that?
I didn't know it.
Check it out. That's a technically a sad song, but he uses the word alone.
Yeah.
So
The first comment. The most depressing and yet calming song. I
yes,
know of.
that's the best description of the song. It's so depressing, but so nice to hear. It's like it's a combination. That song is
Ah,
amazing.
yes, I know it.
Yes, it's a classic. It's impossible you haven't heard that. It's
Yes.
impossible. That song has the word alone in it, and he never. I don't know if he says lonely, but study it. Okay, that's gonna be my
Maybe,
homework for you.
maybe,
Mhm.
maybe he was lonely.
Maybe he was lonely, right? Precisely. That's the interesting part of it. Lonely versus
Yes.
alone. Let's pass to the next one. Help me, Isaac.
Yes. Suddenly, Suddenly, I know that we use this word when something happened without any when something happened and you maybe was not expecting it, no? So I think that to
Uh-huh.
describe that something happened. So I think that this must be an adverb.
Okay, you are totally correct.
Okay.
What is impressing to me right now is that you didn't remove Lee.
Oh, yes.
Why didn't you?
Because I haven't used the word solid. Does it exist?
Let's take it as a new vocabulary for you and write the examples.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Happening or done quickly and unexpected. News of news of his sudden news of his sudden and unexpected death. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
The news of his sudden and unexpected death came as a great shock.
Uh-huh.
A sudden change in temperature.
Uh-huh.
There were several sudden. What is burst? Bursts?
Um, Explosions, kind of,
Okay. Bursts of gunfire outside. Okay. Oh yes, yes. I now understand.
right? Like
Yes, it's yeah, that's the adjective. Yes, because we are describing, for example, the first one we are describing the death, no,
mhm,
that
mhm.
is sudden and unexpected. The second one is essentially the change,
Exactly,
and in the last one,
the bursts.
uh, yeah, okay, yes, yes.
Exactly.
Actually, I think that I haven't used that word.
You have never probably
Sorry.
used it because it's for a Spanish speaker, and many of
Mm-hmm.
my students are the same. We we usually hear the word suddenly first for some reason,
Yes.
you know. And even though that's a very Spanish thing, because in the Oxford Learners Dictionary, the word suddenly is look is before sudden.
Yes.
So it's very interesting how this is one of the one or two adverbs that occur and that really that we have in levels in elementary levels, but in
Yes.
intermediate we use the others.
Yes, actually, it was something interesting because I thought that maybe sudden doesn't exist, and that's why I never hear about it.
Exactly. After today, you're gonna see sudden everywhere,
Yes,
everywhere.
yes,
Yes, uh yes,
yes.
that's the way.
It's like when you start to wear glasses, and you notice that there are a lot of people wearing glasses. Well, it happened to me.
And before before you didn't even notice that.
Yes,
That is so interesting. That is so true. It happened to me too. It's like, oh,
yes,
nice glasses. Wow, I have never said that before.
yes.
That is so interesting. Uh-huh. The same way. The same way.
Okay.
Very good. Suddenly. What about the next one, Rafa? Is this an adjective or an adverb?
It's an adjective
How do you know that?
because uh, it describes a person, well, a noun.
A
Like
person is a noun?
it's an ugly baby. Yeah,
Yes. Yes, precisely. And a baby is a noun, person is a noun, a cat, an ugly cat, an ugly dog. Yes, those are nouns, therefore, it's one of the exceptions. Mhm. Perfect. What about fully? What do you say, Isaac?
Fully. I
Yeah.
don't know. Fully. Does this word came from full?
Does this word game, the verb is in past,
The
you need the verb in
come?
present.
I'm sorry. Does it? does this word come from full?
Excellent. Totally correct.
Okay, but I don't know. Full. Well, you use full to describe like there are no more space, no? No more space.
In this context would be, for example,
Mm-hmm.
more than, because the adjective full, yes, means that there's no more space. But there is another meaning that catches the adverb,
Okay.
which is having or containing a large number or amount or something. No,
I didn't.
having had enough to eat, complete with nothing missing. This, in this case, we're talking about complete.
Okay. Full. I think that it. No, I don't know. I think that we it. I understand that in this case, full. It's an adjective because we are
Mhm.
describing these things. But I haven't heard fully. But I think that
Okay,
following this path, I think that it's an adverb.
very well thought. Very well thought. You are getting advantage of the classes because, of course, no, it's not that you haven't heard it; it's that you haven't noticed. After
Yeah,
today, like,
maybe.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, because there are so many details that you have been noticing after watching these examples. The word fully, the reason I show you the definition complete is because fully can be a synonym of completely.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have actually, oh, look, this is B2. Look at this.
I fully understand your motive, your motives. Fully recover, and then we are describing like the she. Well, just like the verb, right?
Exactly.
Fully understand, fully recover.
Aha.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
How do
Yeah.
you understand? I understand fully. And the opposite
I,
would be I don't really understand, and really is an adverb too.
oh yes.
You see?
You said I understand fully, and
Mhm.
and in the first sentence we have I fully understand. So we
Mm.
can use it in both ways.
It's not incorrect to put it after, but
Uh-huh.
it's more common to
To place
to
it
to
first.
place it first.
Okay.
And that's the reason we don't notice that fully exists, because the most important information is the word understand. Like the
Mhm.
verb is more important than the word fully.
Yes, I think that we could say just I understand, and
Aha,
that's it. No, we
that's right.
we we really don't need fully, but it make like emphasize that we got all the information maybe, or we are
Definitely.
ready.
As a basic speaker is not necessary, but as an intermediate speaker, you should start using
Yes.
it. You should definitely start using it. Let me put here that this is a B2 word.
Yeah, I fully understand your motive. She never fully recognized.
All right. Next, we have the word costly. What do you say? Is this an adjective or an adverb, man?
Who?
Rafa.
I don't know. Costly. Teacher, I don't know what is costly.
No?
What costly means.
What?
I have a question.
Okay,
Is it
okay,
correct
Isaac.
that sorry, Rafa.
No, no, go ahead,
Is
please.
it correct to say that we don't know the if the how to say it like the root or how to say raíz
Mm-hmm.
of the root
The
of
root.
this word is, for example, cost, or in the previous one, full? Okay, okay.
Precisely. The word without modifications is a root word.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this is
Okay,
something
thank
that
you.
we are going to see next week.
Okay.
Suffixes and prefixes is root word plus a suffix.
Okay, sure.
Mhm.
Yes, it reminds me to my Latin classes.
Oh, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Technically, intermediate. After intermediate, you need to check etymologies. It's
Yes.
super important. Of course. Some some words have we said that before? That some words that look similar to Spanish are considered formal in English. You have
Mm,
we haven't seen that before, no?
I don't know. No.
Well, it's a little sneak peek about advanced. In advanced uh, conversation, I teach
Mm-hmm.
the students that when you see a word that is more similar to Spanish, you need to catalog this as a formal word because the etymology of the word that is similar to Spanish comes from Latin origins,
Yes.
and Latin origins have all the sciences and education.
Oh, yes, like psychologists, like
Uh-huh.
physics.
Medicine, psychology, philosophy,
Philosophy.
all the type of sciences come from Latin transcription. So when you speak English with Latin words have an an academic uh, an academic meaning. You
Okay.
see, so in a more conversational way, you have phrasal verbs, collocations, and words that are very different. And then in the academic English, you have words that are similar to Spanish, cognates, etc., etc. I cannot think of an
Mm.
example. An
No.
example would be
Oh, example.
let me think.
I understood exam.
No, no, no. Example. Compress versus
Yeah,
push.
yeah.
Excel versus be better. Nah, I cannot think about one. But you are gonna see that later. Like words that are very similar to Spanish.
Etymologically.
You know what?
Etymologically. No? No?
I don't think that's a
What's
word.
that? Yes.
I'm not sure that's a word, to be honest.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I don't think so.
It could be a word.
Good. Or probably I'm wrong, no? But I have never heard that.
Okay.
Definitely. It's too formal for me. Yeah, I don't know. But there's a word. There are some words that are very similar to Spanish that are usually used in very, very, very formal settings. That's educational transcripts, emails, science articles, and other things. But informal English is very different from Spanish. Like, for example, costly, suddenly, quickly. You know,
Yes.
those are the words that are casual. Then let's follow Isaac's strategy, Rafa. What happens if you erase the suffix and you get cost? What is cost?
I don't know.
Yes, you know. What's
Cost.
what's the cost of sneakers in Mexico?
Oh.
Right? What are we talking about?
An adjective? Oh,
Mm,
cost. What's
I mean, what? The cost or costly?
uh cost is an adjective.
Cost is an adjective. Why?
Because you are just describing like, oh, what's the cost of something? No?
But I cannot say the before an adjective. The cost. What's the cost?
What's House.
You see?
So an adverb. It's an adverb.
Cost or costly?
Ah, ah.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
Okay. No.
Focus,
Okay.
focus, focus.
Okay. Costly. Costly. Costly is an adjective.
Costly is an adjective. How do you know that?
It's like expensive.
Did you Google it?
No, I think so.
You had an epiphany?
Yes,
Well, you are
it's
right.
correct.
Uh-huh. Costly is similar to expensive in the Flanders language.
I want I want this for my next exam.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Cost. I I I have the list here.
Ah. And
Oh
it's in
no.
alphabetical order, you know. I put
Oh,
this list in alphabetical order. I spent like 2 hours putting these words in
oh
an
no.
alphabetical order, you know.
Oh yes.
So precisely the word costly is another way to say
Yeah.
expensive.
I didn't check this example because the previous examples wasn't in the list.
Yes, no, 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 that was an epiphany. If it was an epiphany, that was very nice
Yeah.
because that's precisely the point. We need to understand, okay, cost comes from a noun. Cost actually is a noun. Something similar happened to
Honest.
Isaac. If you see the number one and you remove Lee, you get
Yes, true.
chill, and chill is a noun,
Yes.
similar to cold.
Yes.
So in this case, it's very similar. You remove Lee and you obtain a noun, price, cost.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
That's the answer.
Okay. Okay.
Good, good, good. Very nice. What about the next one? Isaac.
Yes,
Okay.
quickly, quick. It's an adverb.
It's an adverb. How do you know that?
Mm, because quick is I think that because I already used it. I mean, quick is when I think that I'm following the same formula, maybe
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
to divide these words. So quick, I know that we use to describe nouns.
Uh-huh.
So quickly is the way we do the things.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
and I
sir.
think that is because I know the first part of the word, so I can like link with the rest.
Exactly, because you are familiar with the adjective quick.
Yes.
Totally. Uh-huh. That helps. So when you are in a moment, we're gonna make examples, and we're gonna make an example with the adverb versus an example with an adjective to
Okay.
see
Yes.
how they behave.
You are
Yes.
fully correct.
You're fully correct. B2 speaking. This is bring me the bring me the first certificate in this moment, you know? This these guys are needing the first certificate. Exactly. Very nice. Next, elderly. What do you think is this, Rafa?
I don't know, teacher. I don't know. The elderly meaning.
You don't know elderly at all. Okay. And what about elder?
No, elder
Not at
is
all.
a name.
Sounds like a name. Haha. Yes, 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 yes.
Elder as an adjective. People, especially team members of same. Older.
Mhm.
Uh,
Especially when you're talking about the members of your family.
yeah, my elder bro. Oh, elder.
Uh-huh.
But why elder?
It's
Older.
another form to say older.
Huh? Okay.
Hmm. just as like a synonym. Actually, I have a list of exceptions when you are talking about comparatives.
Yes.
And for example, the comparative of good is not gooder, is best.
Yeah.
No, the comparative for bad is worse, and the comparative for far is further.
Further.
Further, like the commercial of the trucks Ford. Go
Yeah.
further.
Further. Okay.
Okay, well, in the same category, we have exceptions, the word old, because it can be older, but it also can be elder.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now that
Yeah.
you have this context, what do you think?
Elderly. Mm. Mhm. Oh, it's complicated. I don't think so. Adjective. Uh, I think elderly and adverb. I think
For
so.
technically, say, all the logic says, sorry, all the logic says that it can be an adverb, but in this case, incorrect.
It's
It's
an
an adjective.
adjective.
Mhm.
But why?
Why? Because English.
Okay.
Elderly is considered a B2 word, and it's
Okay.
a polite way to call a person old. Not older, eh?
Okay.
Only old. For example,
Okay. Okay.
you need to respect your elderly,
Yeah. You need to
or
respect.
elderly will not pay transportation, public transportation.
Okay. Elderly.
So it's like a group of people, and we don't call them old guys because that's offensive. That's the
Okay.
difference between old and elderly, but it's the same.
It's a fancy old, but elderly. It's an
It's polite.
polite way to say the same stuff. No? Yeah.
Exactly. It's the same thing. But if you call a person old, that's everybody was is going to look at you.
Okay. It's funny.
Everyone.
Okay.
It will be so funny because if everybody knows that you are not Mexican, but if
Yeah, like, hey, you
old
elderly man.
elderly man, well, it's not, no. In that context, we don't say that. It should be like,
I think so. Here is an elderly couple.
uh-huh.
Yes,
And what about that?
I think it's correct.
I mean, yes, of course, an elderly man, elderly woman, but it's not like saying a you. You know,
Ah,
it's more
okay,
like it's more like the elderly man. No, my grandfather is an elderly man who likes to go to the gym. I don't know.
okay,
That will be like a conversation, a normal conversation with the word elderly.
okay, cool.
New vocabulary, my people. Take it. After today, you are going to start watching these words everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaac, is lovely an adjective or an adverb?
Um, Lovely. I think that it's an adjective.
It's an adjective, and
Well,
why?
let me check. Lovely.
Lovely.
Yes, I think it's an adjective
Yes, and how do you know that?
just because.
Just because hashtag English?
Yeah, no, because well, I'm trying to remember um, sentences with that word, And I just remember, for example, when we are describing like a person or animal or a pet, for example,
Okay.
I think well, I in my mind it's all better to say, for example, my my dog is a lovely pet or something like this. But
Exactly.
and I think I am describing the noun, in this case my dog. So I think that it's an adjective.
Yes, you are totally correct. The examples in your mind put the word lovely before a noun. That
Yes.
naturally is the reason why this is an adjective. Exactly. Mhm. Very nice. You are totally correct.
But it's really really confusing.
I know. Yes, of course. It's about
That-
really paying attention on the example.
yes, and that's because it's because I'm following the same formula, and then I found this that, and I think that I cannot apply the same how can I say the same way that I was using to resolve the previous questions to for this one.
Okay.
But yes, I
No, I
think that
get
is
it. Mhm.
yes, I think that is more because I have a little experience with this word that I
Mhm.
say other thing.
But now you are really thinking in English. The reason you are using this word in like the best way to understand if it's an adjective and an adverb is analyzing the sentence and the position of the words. And that was what helped because thinking in Spanish, that's the reason it is confusing,
Yes,
right? If you see, okay, lovely is uh, he. Well, yesterday we said that lovely doesn't exist, but lovely. My dog is a lovely pet. What is the word next to lovely?
A noun?
the noun.
The noun. What was the word
Lovely. No, sorry.
next to
What
lovely?
was my dog is a lovely pet
Lovely
and
pet.
a noun.
Exactly. This memorization activity you did in this moment is
Mhm.
thinking in English.
Yes, like said,
You are
trying to how to say to break down the sentence.
without translating.
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
that is
If you try to change to Spanish, well, to translate to Spanish, it will be more difficult
exactly
because it's not the same.
because the word change. Because sometimes translations can be very different too, or probably
Yes.
lovely in Spanish is different than if I say only love.
Yeah.
So that will be very confusing. There are so many reasons why Spanish can confuse you in this logic.
Yes.
Mhm. So that's the way. Mhm.
Yes, you are making me think a lot right now.
That's great. Yes,
I
that's
don't
the
want
way.
to.
Yes, please stop.
Yes.
That's nice. It's still a Thursday, man. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow you have time. Forget
Okay.
that. Yes, in this
But not
moment,
today.
not today. Okay, what about silly? Tell me, Rafa, is this an adjective or a verb or an adverb?
Um, really. I I have doubts.
Mhm.
Hmm, because there's I am interested. I think it's an adjective
Adjective. And why is it an adjective?
because you can say uh uh your you your for example you can describe uh silly silly.
Yes.
Silly jokes, for example.
Silly jokes.
Things.
Okay. Things.
Yeah.
Then, and that's the reason it's an adjective. Then you are totally correct.
Yes, but
Silly is an adjective.
I had doubts because it's like, oh well, jokes, but can confuse with actions maybe, but no, it's things.
Exactly, because if you put it in an example, then it's impossible to use it after a verb. No, it's like it sounds weird.
Yes.
You talk silly. You
Yeah,
talk
yeah, yeah.
silly. It sounds weird, no? But then you thought about jokes, silly jokes. Ah, that sounds better. And jokes is a noun. Therefore, silly is an adjective.
Okay.
That's another logic too. That's exactly what Isaac is saying. I have experience with the word.
Yeah.
So try to use this word in an example and analyze what's the position of the word and what is
Yes.
the word that is describing.
Cool.
Very nice.
And I remember that one because I think that silly is the synonym of fool, no? Fool?
Yes,
Oh, FOOL, is it?
totally.
Yes.
Yes, silly and full are
Yeah, so
synonyms.
so that yes, fool. So I I have here more the word fool than silly, but I remember that they are synonyms, so I think that they work in the same way.
Nice. That was another strategy. Okay, synonyms. I was not sure that you knew the word full, but now that you mention it, that's perfect. I learned the word full many years later after silly. So
Oh,
I
really?
was yes, in my case it was different. Uh-huh.
No,
My
I think
question.
that I hear fool in a song, maybe.
Oh, probably. Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes, so
definitely
that's why.
that's possible. Mhm. Well, I was thinking about what is the adverb for silly. Let's ask the AI. Do you want to use the new Bing? Let's ask the
No,
AI. No, he says,
oh, no, I find it.
yeah. Is there an adverb for the word silly? Speak English, please. Because she's going to answer in Spanish. So what does she say? Yeah, there is an adverb for the word silly, and there is sillily. Oh,
That sounds really weird.
nah, really?
Yeah, for me, it is.
Sounds
Mm,
super weird.
yeah, and
And it's not here?
yes, it's like husbandly, like the word that we
Uh-huh.
search yesterday.
But it's exactly what happened yesterday with the word. Actually, we have it in this list. Love Lily, remember?
Yes,
I have heard the word in a conversation, but it's not in the dictionary. Lovely. Yeah, there is also lovely and it's lovelily. Uh-huh. Yeah, of course, many people may be using the word lovelily, but it's not in the dictionary because technically it is not a word. So interesting. Well, anyway, Isaac is heavily an adjective or an adverb.
heavily, heavily. I think that it's an adverb, but I'm not sure about that. Heavy. Does it does it come from heavy? Heavily?
Of course, excellent,
Heavy. Yes, I think that it's an adverb.
excellent. That's correct. It's an adverb because heavy is an adjective.
Yes.
The opposite of light. No? Very good. And the last one, Rafa, is safely an adjective or an adverb?
Hmm. I was thinking about it. Mm, safely. No,
No?
safely. Yes. I can answer with
Oh,
adjective. Adverb, safely. Safe. Mm, hmm. It's an adverb, right? I think safely is an adverb.
it is. Mhm. It is.
Yes?
How do you know that? Uh-huh.
Because well I in every example I put the word with an action and with a noun and
Okay.
it's safely uh describes an action.
Yes. What example were you thinking about?
Yeah, like uh uh for example the the new the new technology and innovations in in F1 Formula 1
Formula One. Mhm.
Formula 1
Mhm.
uh me yeah makes makes what's the word makes a safe thing.
Probably you're thinking about safety with T.
Yes, I think so.
Safety measures.
Yeah.
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 You were thinking in safety. No, no, no. Think about if you.
If you
No, no, no. If you have a friend after the party and the friend takes an Uber to her or his house, you
yeah
are going to ask him to send you a message to check that he arrived.
yeah safely.
That's it. The way he arrived.
Yeah, and what's the difference with safety?
Safety is a noun. Safety is a
Okay.
the
This
concept.
is a noun, safely is an adverb.
Exactly. Now you notice the difference.
Okay.
Visually, they are very similar, but it's just one letter and everything changes.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Good job. Let's go. My people, we finished your exercise. So let's give it a moment because Jessie is in the chat. She will pass attendance.
Yeah, thank you. So I will say attendance, please. Mike?
Hello.
Hi. Nope, Mike. No.
Ah, no, Mike, no, absent. Sorry.
Rafael?
Here you see. Hello.
Hi, Rafael. Thank you. Silvana?
Silvana, absent.
All right. Isaac?
Hello here.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you. Alex?
Alex, absent.
All right. Oh, that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very
See
much,
you
Jessie.
here. Good night.
Night.
See you.
There we go. Okay,
I,
let's
I
give.
hate Jessie, but I never have seen her.
No. Yes, she's she doesn't like to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, she sounds like a cool person.
She's super super nice. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's super super cool, but she doesn't like cameras and the spotlight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So she prefers not to be there.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so let's do examples, guys. You are going to try to build examples because I want you to make a conversation, okay? And a conversation idea that I'm going to ask to each one of you. So for the last question, we're gonna answer a couple of questions. Sorry, for the last part of the class, you're gonna answer a couple of questions that I have ready for you.
Okay.
Let's talk about conversation number 1. Tell me, Rafa, what do you like to drink on a chilly morning?
I had to answer with using any words
Any words, and the more adverbs you put, the best.
in a phrase.
Ah,
Okay, it's a cool exercise. What do you like to do? Drink? It's correct to do drink.
to drink. Did I put to do?
To do
Oh,
drink.
to do slash drink.
Okay, on a chilly morning. Hmm. Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. Mm, I had that beer can turn an ugly morning in a nice ugly in a nice morning. Uh, I just had to carefully uh, prepare with salt, a lemon,
Carefully prepare. It's a transitive
prepare
verb.
it,
Excellent.
prepare it
Excellent.
with salt, lemon,
Mhm.
and uh, and it makes me fully happy.
Wow. What a great example. Okay. I like it. I really like that example. I need to carefully prepare it with lemon and salt, and that makes you fully happy. Okay, we are working. We are getting places in this class. Very good. Okay, let's talk to the next one. Isaac, tell me,
Mhm.
is there anything you is there anything you are really picky about while planning? What are you careful about?
Okay, about planning anything, maybe?
Planning. In this case, while planning. Let's say that you plan a party or
Okay,
outing with your family. I don't know. These
okay.
sort of things.
I really don't like to plan anything because I want that all the plans that I do, no, because I try to do everything carefully and it takes me too much time. So I prefer to do something quickly
Mhm.
without any effort. Uh, I think that's why I always choose like, for example, for birthday parties, I prefer to go to a lovely places.
Okay.
Is it correct? Lovely places, yes. No?
Yes, of
Is it?
course, to lovely
Okay, to
places.
lovely places instead of organizing something at home.
I like it.
It
Okay.
was a little difficult.
No, that's perfect. You are expanding your ideas using adverbs. You said
Yeah.
carefully. You used lovely. That's nice. That's nice, nice, nice. All right. What about the next one? Rafa, are there any no? What kind of what kind of actions must be done to protect the elderly in our city?
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Um. hmm. Okay. Okay. We uh we must to avoid ugly words and actions.
Mhm.
Uh, because we need to understand the uh their reality. Maybe they they feel they feel lonely.
Mhm.
uh
Observation: changing reality for actually.
Actually.
Mhm. In reality is an actually is an adverb that means in reality.
Okay. uh uh okay, I
How
forgot the example.
how do they
Oh,
feel? How do elderly feel?
lonely.
Uh-huh. Complete.
Lonely, so we we must be lovely with them, and act safely,
And act safely.
uh, because we want to we want their happiness.
Mhm.
uh, I don't know.
You- we were trying
uh,
to build a conclusion, but that's okay. The
uh,
things you said.
and preserve the elderly lives as much as we can.
Rafa for president. Excellent. Yes, of course. Okay, I like it. We are getting places. What about, oh my god, 54 minutes. Whew, okay, one more. Isaac,
Yes.
they say, they say life can be lived at its fullest on your 20s. Do you agree with it?
They say life can be lived at its fullest on your 20s. Do you agree with it? No,
No.
no. I think that if you try to live to live, I think that if you try to live quickly in your 20s, uh, you will lost you will you might lose a lot of important things, and
Lost is a description. Lose.
you might lose important things. So you need to select carefully the things that you want to do, and it can be something, hey, no, and maybe take decision at 20s could be no, maybe you can take silly decisions in your 20s.
Good.
So you need to make the things that make make you feel no, I don't know how to close it. Make you feel um, make you feel is it correct? Make you feel fully when
Fully
you
is
get
another
old.
word.
Full, well, it could be full then.
Full. Okay.
And when you get elderly, when
Elderly
you
is not
yes, when you
uh-huh.
become elderly person.
Excellent. Oh,
Okay.
oh, rescue, eh?
Yeah.
It was a
I was
fumble,
trying.
but no intermission. Okay.
Because I tried to save it.
Yeah, you saved it. You did. Okay, my people, we finished for today.
Okay.
Great class. Great class. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Okay.
And that's it. All right.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
you.
See you tomorrow.
See you
See
tomorrow,
you,
guys.
teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye.
teacher.